I've got my clap back.
You got
Right.
you got the clap.
We've got the clap.
John's got the clap.
Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 56
of Internet Marketing Secrets, and I am live here from my balcony in California, and today I'm going to show you how to become a millionaire overnight. Now, if you
honestly, but for the poor fucking watchers or the poor fucking listeners, Connor came on the fucking Zoom call, and all I can see, if you can't see him, is the corner of what looks like some double glazing. There's a structure behind him in the bottom left-hand corner, and then there's just blue sky. And I'm thinking, you fucking twat, you fucking pretentious internet laptop fucking lifestyle cunt.
see,
No one believes it, Connor. The guys watching this, listen, don't interrupt me. The guys and girls listening and watching this, they're fucking tradesmen. They're honest workers. They don't want to sit on a beach and pretend they're some little twat with long hair and a fucking shit hat, mate. Wrong fucking message, wrong fucking audience. Speaking of wrong message, tell me what you just told me about a piece of advice you heard someone giving tradesmen about USPs.
Oh no, do I have to?
I'm going to make you say it again.
So I saw some advice out there in the world, and I believe this is advice you have to pay for a pre-recorded video. I don't want to say too much, but the headlines, the headline to this video was along the lines of the single most powerful USP for tradesmen that has been forgotten. And the tip was that I paid for, because I was curious, was when you are in a sales scenario, before you close the sale, to read the prospect, your mission statement, how you intend your company to be the biggest company in the world and within X region that you're operating in. And I had to walk away from the computer because that is dreadful.
It actually is. I mean, for anyone who's listening to this who doesn't know what a USP is, we've actually talked about it before. So if you don't know what one is, it means you're not fucking religiously listening to what we're saying, and shame on you. But a USP, depending on whom you ask, is either unique selling point or unique selling proposition. But it's essentially the answer to the question, which everybody is asking, even if it's only kind of unspoken in their mind. Why, out of all the people out there doing what you do, your competitors, why should I buy from you and not them? And this is often, again, the unspoken thing here is often, why should I pay you more than someone else who's doing the same thing for less? That's your USP. Well, like
this morning,
and most business owners have a USP. Yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking about the ops call. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we had in our foundations group, we had a chap who'd been, get this, I'm not making this up, by the way. I've actually seen, he posted a screenshot with the names redacted, but a potential client was asking him, we've got your quote, thanks, but this other firm could do it for cheaper, but we want you to do it because we've seen how great your reviews are. That is a classic example of them saying, we can get the same thing cheaper from someone else, but we want it from you because you're better. What they're saying is we want your quality and service with the other guy's price. And of course, we've told this guy, don't even think about it, not with the stolen dick, But anyway, your USP, most guys and girls have the USP as being, we won't rip you off. We won't overcharge. We will turn up. Things like we got great service. We got the best, these things are minimum requirements. And then moving on from that, they may have things like we got the biggest stock in the Southeast, or we got the biggest showroom in the Southeast. We've been in business for 20 years, or we want to be the biggest firm in the Southeast in the next 20 years. It's not a USP at all. Apart from anything else, it's worse than a USP like that, because at least those USPs talk about what the client will gain from it. You sitting there telling someone, we're going to be the biggest firm, we're going to be the best, we've got ambition. That's all about you. They don't give a fuck about you. All they want to know is, are you going to come to my house and fix things properly, or am I going to be fucking chasing you for the next 20 years in the small claims court? As USPs goes, that's really fucking shit. Honestly.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it's
Oh,
not
I
even a
can.
USP.
No,
Like it just
no, it's
isn't
not
a
either.
USP.
That's a USP in the same way as I'm a tall, dark, handsome stranger.
Exactly. It's just right. Just before, you know, the moment you're making a sale is the most important part for your fucking business. It's the thing that brings in money and keeps your business breathing. And for you to go, hang on a minute, I want to interrupt this sales conversation to share my ambition with you.
Tell you all about me.
Yeah, it's all about me. Forget about you, you fucking prick. I'll fix your shit taps or whatever. But here, let's listen to how great I am for a second. I couldn't believe it. It made it even worse that I fucking paid for it. This is literally something out of a marketing university paper from someone that hasn't studied all year, but has instead watched Wolf of Wall Street 100 fucking times. Because that's exactly what they do in the Wolf of Wall Street. Their sales script is all about them. And it has to be because they're making a fucking movie and it's to provide context to the movie. You don't do that shit in real life.
I know if you want to make any sales. Oh fucking hell.
You just don't.
I think the thing is, and this is a real problem, and I'm not pointing any fingers at any individual here. I want to be clear about that. The world, the internet, the great thing about the internet is it's cheap and easy to get on, and anyone can be anyone. You know, you can get started in business on the internet. I'm mentoring him informally now. He's a not neurodivergent like me. He's not autistic, but he's neurodivergent. And he started his online business. He basically used his last benefit check or something to open a Shopify shop, and he's doing really well now. Well, that's the great thing about the internet. You know, people can start from virtually nothing on a real fucking spitting sword of shoestring and succeed. But that's also the worst thing about it, because, you know, anyone can appear to be professional and a big deal. You know, just looking at someone's website, especially with things like Thrive themes and WordPress, you can put together a slick website, you know, in an afternoon. And the people looking at it who say tradesmen like this don't know good advice from bad advice, because that's, you know, they don't know what they don't know. So they might think that's great, but it isn't. It's really bad. It is among the worst advice I've ever heard from anyone. And if it had come from anyone, I haven't seen it myself, but if it had come from anyone but you, I wouldn't believe it. To be honest,
advice,
because I can't quite believe anyone.
Paid. That tragic, was paid for. That was behind a pay wall. So that piece of advice is so valued, there needs to be some paywall in front of it. But it's some of the worst advice I've ever heard. It infuriates me, and I need to move on very swiftly, or I'll get myself in trouble. What you're talking about there, John?
Well, yeah, I mean, well, I was just going to say we don't give much free advice, but as you were just chatting before we started recording. There's a guy, and I'm not breaching any confidentiality here because it's on LinkedIn. It's a public post, so anyone can see it because my feed is not private. A guy called Adam. He's a construction guy, roofing and cladding, a crane hire, and he's commented on my stuff a few times. But just yesterday, in response to a clip we put up from the podcast, I can't remember which one it was. He basically said, "Brilliant podcast. I listened to it 3 times. Keep up the amazing work, John." Thank you. But listen to this. "I've been working by your rules for 6 months, and I've got more cash in the bank than I've ever had in the last 30 years, and I work less." Let that fucking sink in, dear listener. He's got more cash in the bank than he's ever had in the last 30 years. That was when I was 2 years older than Connor is now when this guy started saving his money. And he works less now. He's got more money than he's ever had in all that time. 30 fucking years. And all I'll say to you, Adam, is why the fucking hell are you in our fucking foundations group, you potato? You know, if you've done this with the free stuff, just think what you'd achieve by paying us some money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, that is, and all credit to him, to be fair. He's done the fucking work.
He took the action.
And we don't do the work for people. We just point them in the right direction. And it's superb, and kudos to him, but for fuck's sake, please pay us some money.
EBG's reverted to begging.
Please. No, he's not anywhere near good looking enough to get me begging.
Oh, is he not? Poor sod. But he can use some of that new cash.
It's not a bad looking bloke, obviously.
He can use some of that new
He's
cash
got
for
nice blue eyes.
surgery.
He's got nice blue eyes, actually. He's got nice blue eyes.
Like yourself.
Should we change the subject?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's a
bit
bit
like
weird.
me, yeah. A bit weird. But yeah, I mean, and then this is, of course, the last 6 months in a fucking pandemic. Everything's been up in the air and shit. Please, well done, Adam. Well done, fucking Adam. But please give us some money. Anyway,
so yeah,
what were you going to say? So
I think there's a delay again. I think it's on my end, John.
I don't know. It could be my end. Mine's pretty shit at the minute.
Yeah, mine's pretty shit. I feel like there's a good second. I was going to say there's a TV show called The Circle, which is predicated on the fact that anyone can be anyone on the internet. They basically lock up these strangers into a block of flats, and they can't leave their flat, but they can sit in front of the TV and essentially peruse social media of people within the flats. But the whole premise is to be the most popular person in this block of flats, so anyone can pretend to be anyone. And I haven't watched it, but I'm pretty sure some 64-year-old geezer's winning it. Just being normal in himself.
You know what I'm not thinking of now, don't you?
No.
I'm thinking, I can't remember the name of it, but it's those people who pretend to be 13-year-old girls online and get pedos to meet at railway stations.
Oh, God.
And you get these fucking seedy old men who actually look a lot like me, if we're going to be fair.
Yeah.
Like seedy old fucking bald men turning up thinking they're meeting a 13-year-old girl. What the fuck is wrong with these men? Seriously. And was it that one you told me about? Is it you ruined my holiday?
Yeah, you ruined my holiday.
He gets fucking caught being a nonce. And all he can think of is his fucking holiday. It reminds me of a few years ago back in Leicester when I was a kid, well, young man. A woman, some bloke tried to strangle a woman. She walked into her field where she kept her horse, and there's a bloke there fucking her horse. And he tried to strangle her to cover up the crime and fucking the horse, and left her for dead. But she wasn't dead, so she recovered, and he got arrested and charged for attempted murder. And as he was convicted and dragged down to the cell, do you know what he shouted out to the court? Yeah, what he shouted out to the court wasn't, "I'm innocent of attempted murder." He said, so everyone would know this, "I've never made love to a horse." That was the most important thing on his mind. Don't say I don't care about murdering young women. I've never fucked a horse. I mean, for fuck's sake, man. That's priorities. Anyway, should we move on?
Oh, God. So we've helped someone get more money in their bank account than ever before with a free podcast. So
podcasting and other stuff, because we haven't been doing it for 6 months.
Yes, true.
Podcasting is just part of it, but just the stuff we give, the videos and shit, yeah.
So should we tell him how to waste his fortune on shit marketing?
Yeah. Right, Adam, you listening? Adam and everyone else, but especially Adam, because we want you to come and pay us some money. Simple. How to waste a fortune with your marketing is target everyone. I know that's a bit of a contradiction, but target everyone and send them to a generic landing page. It's funny, you know what, this sprang to mind this morning, actually, because it's a really nice day today. It's nice sunny out. It's just warm enough to sit outside on my little patio. And out on my little patio, just looking down towards the sea, which is behind the hills, but it's in that direction, I've got a table and chairs. And when I bought that table and chairs, it wasn't cheap. It was like €500. So it wasn't massively expensive. But I bought them about 4 or 5 years ago when I had this place built first summer. I had it built in December, and I bought this stuff in the following summer. And I searched online for it because I like to buy local, keep the local economy going. You know, I bring money into the state from outside. It's nearly all from outside, and I spend it in Ireland. I'm a benefit to the fucking economy. It was almost a cliche. I would fucking type in, you know, patio furniture, patio tables and chairs, and all this street and buy island, you know, so buy patio furniture island. So it'll all come up and be a link to all these garden centres. I wanted to buy online because, you know, one of my criteria is I'm not going to buy this stuff from a fucking shop. I want you to deliver the fucker. And I'd get all these list of places and I'd click on it and I'd end up on their homepage. Oh. So I've got to go from their homepage and I've typed in a very specific thing And Google suggestions would tell me I'm on the right track here. You know, I'd type in this very specific thing and I'd land on their homepage and then have to drill down to their site to find what I wanted. And it was a ball ache. Now, in the end, of course, I found something and I bought something. But here's the thing. If there'd have been one single firm, just one, who, when I clicked on that link, took me straight to what I was looking for, I'd have bought it. I wouldn't have shopped around. I mean, I didn't shop around as such anyway. I did in the sense that I had to look for what I was wanted. I had to find what I wanted. That was hard work. I didn't shop around on price. I want to be clear about that. But if they'd have taken me, if they'd have said, you're looking for furniture, patio furniture, we've got a load of patio furniture here. Here's what we got. Which one of these takes your fancy? I'd have gone to that. I wouldn't have looked anywhere else. Unfortunately, most people don't do that. Most people, Adam would be a good example. I'm not saying he does this at all, so please don't think that. But Adam would be a good example. If Adam was advertising on Google AdWords or anywhere else, Facebook, anywhere else, and he would say, you know, roofing and cladding, and you click on that and you go to his website and it's roofing, cladding. Do you want to hire a crane maybe? Because he does that too. All this stuff, you'd think, oh, what the fuck? I want this specific fucking roofing slate I just look for or whatever. Right? But it's the same if you're doing plumbing and you do gold-plated taps, then you want search terms and ads pointing specifically at your page for gold-plated taps. Someone who clicks on a fucking advert for gold-plated taps, what they see when they get to the page behind that fucking link is, can't I tell them?
Gold-plated taps.
Gold-plated taps. You took your fucking time.
There's definitely a delay.
Yeah, in your fucking head.
Good chance.
Oh, interestingly, I won't say that. I'll tell you later.
All right, tell me later. Tell me later. I have something to add to this add to this landing page conversation. Earlier on, Elite member Zach, he gave me access to his Facebook ad account, and I had a little nosy back at the ads that he used to run before he joined us, and they did exactly that. It was plumbing and boiler services. He was targeting people who were thinking of renovating their homes, which I'm not sure is the right targeting anyway. He was then using a picture of the back of his van for some reason and sent them to a homepage. And I chuckled. I was like, this is a shit show. And it was just for everyone in a certain area who liked interior design or redecorating.
It's a good job we love Zach, isn't it?
Oh my God, I love that.
It's a good job we got all that blackmail info on him.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the cool thing there is it can't get any worse than that for him, can it? He's advertising.
No.
You know, and actually that's a very good thing, because I know it sounds, I've said it to people and they think it's a backhanded compliment. It's not. It's genuinely good. It's not a compliment of any kind, but it is good. And I've said it to lots of people over the years, especially when they've joined Elite and things. They are doing, what they're doing at the moment is either so bad or they're not doing anything at all. Anything we do will improve it for them. So a lot of the guys and girls listening to this now, they're not doing any marketing at all. Or what they're doing is so bad. Anything we share with them or any advice you take from this free podcast, the videos we share on social media, the Business Accelerator, anything you do that's focused and directed with our stuff behind it will make dramatic differences to your life and business. Because most of you are just doing jack shit, or what you are, if you're doing nothing, sorry, if you're doing something, you're doing the wrong thing. You're maybe sitting there telling people what your ambition in life is and how you're going to be the biggest fucking supplier of garden gnomes in Manchester or something. I don't know.
If we increase our clients' profits by a mere 10%, and I like to think we increase our clients' profits 100 odd percent.
Oh, massively. It's not even close. It's ridiculous.
It's
well,
crazy.
Here's the thing. After that conversation we had yesterday, I began to doubt myself, because it's easily done. You know, I thought I'd made an error in my calculations, because I was looking at these numbers, looking at them now. A 10% discount on a turnaround on sales of 400k 10% discount with a 25% margin. So you got cost of goods sold is 200K, operating expenses 100K, including your variable cost of sales. And I thought, right, I was making it. I thought there was an error here, because with a 10% discount, your new break, because that's at the break-even point. Your new break-even point is now just over $1 million. It's nearly 1.1 million in sales from 400K.
Jesus.
That's 169% increase in cash sales, which is an extra. So it's in addition to the existing 100%. All right. So you got to do. Hello.
Hello, John.
Hello, mate.
What happened there?
I don't know. Just disconnected.
What you did?
Must have been. I think my internet went.
Oh, fair enough.
If you discount on a 25% gross margin by 10%, you've got to sell almost triple the number of units to stay exactly where you are. If you don't, you're 40K in the hole. Oh, it's fucking right. And it's like these numbers check out because I've reverse engineered it as well. I've done it both ways. Fucking scary, man.
It's terrifying.
Fucking scary. It is. So I mean, the easiest way to get into that kind of situation where you find you have to discount, or you feel you have to discount because you can't make sales at a decent fee because you're targeting the wrong people, is just to fucking target everyone. You're wasting all your money. And of course, every pound you spend on marketing is essentially an extra cost straight off your fucking bottom line. So you target everyone, which means you target no one, but just fucking a big catch-all for everyone in your area and send it to your landing page, your home page. And let's face it, I hate to be rude here about tradesmen, but they ain't fucking marketing professionals for the most part. They're not website designers. So most tradespeople's homepage is going to be, hi, my name's Billy the Bricky. I like bricks and I build walls. We know that, Billy. Every fucking knows that. And it's an honourable job, but that's not what we're here for. We know you build walls. That's why we're on your website. We want to know how you can build a wall for me. Yeah.
So how do you exponentially increase the power of your marketing?
That's dead easy. I mean, how you will know more about this than I will at the moment, because the landscape is changing. This is a good example of strategy and tactics. The strategy is this: you find out what people are interested in, and you keep following up with them on that topic. So in the old school method, it would be advert in the paper. Someone's interested in, say, learning English, learning French. And they still do this with direct mail, the writing college and things. And you just bombard them with direct mail over and over and over and over again until they buy, die, or tell you to stop. But in the modern world, and you do it with email as well, but in the modern world, more modern world, we have tracking pixels. And as you know, what you can do with the Google tracking pixel, the Quora tracking pixel, all these tracking pixels, what you can do is you can do it to this level is you can say, in effect, this person landed on a page on my website saying he was interested in gold taps. So let's show this cunt nothing but ads for gold taps. And when he's clicked on another ad, we can say, hey, you didn't just look at gold taps, so you looked at gold taps for bathrooms. Okay, so let's show him gold taps for bathrooms. You can do it to that kind of level of granularity. It's a lot of work, and most people won't do it. And yeah, there are some restrictions coming along, but it won't be impossible. But that's what you can do. But you know, let's not fall into the trap of thinking, well, this can only be done with retargeting. Retargeting now is less possible. It's not so easy. It won't work. This kind of targeted follow-up is effective. I mean, Dan Kennedy said the easiest way to go broke in direct mail is to send everyone the same thing all the time. Well, you know, this is about segmentation effectively. You want to know how to segment people? Yes, please, John. Oh, I'm glad you asked. Here's what we do. You get yourself an autoresponder. We use Active Campaign. We're not 15 years ago, so they all do this nowadays. It's not just a specialist few. What you do is you just start sending emails, and you might write, say, it might be a plumber, doesn't matter. You write a couple of articles on your blog about gold taps. I've got a thing about gold taps today, as you can tell. And you know that anyone who clicks through from your email about gold taps to a website page talking about gold taps is interested in, Connor?
Blue taps.
Blue taps. No, they're interested in gold taps. So what you then do is you effectively put a rule in your autoresponder that says, Connor has been clicking on 2 blog posts about gold taps. Connor is therefore interested in gold taps. Let's send Connor some more emails about gold taps and ask him if he wants to schedule a call with someone to talk about gold taps. That's behavioral segmentation. And it's easy to do. They won't even know you're doing it for the most part. And yeah, I know there's all GDPR around it, but that's the point is if you get people to agree to this kind of tracking when they sign up to your email list, it's perfectly fine. They've agreed to it. That's what consent's about. So that's how to do it. Of course, this is all hard work. It's not so much hard work because there's a lot of it. It's not complicated. And you probably need processes in place to make sure you're doing the right thing because you're looking at hundreds of URLs and you go cross-eyed in the end. But it's work most people won't do. Most people want an easy solution, and that's what people are selling. They're selling easy solutions to what are actually quite complex problems. When I say complex, I don't mean to say they're complicated, because they're not. This isn't complicated, but it is a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff to look at and think about. But it's made more complicated than building a house. And probably every tradesman listening to this has probably got a good idea about how to build a house.
Yeah.
It's less complicated than that, far less complicated. It's certainly less complicated than fucking rewiring a house, you know, which I have done, by the way.
You have?
Yeah, long time ago.
Why?
Because I could.
Fair enough. I couldn't think of anything worse.
Got it checked over. I was a cable monkey when I was working for BT. I was running cables, putting electrics and communication stuff. I got it checked properly, so it was all legit. But yeah,
fair enough, pal.
I was younger than you, I think. So before I even had pubes, you know, younger than you. So that's it, really. You know, what else can we say, man?
This shit, as you said, it's complex, but it's not really complicated. Just fucking follow up, figure out how you can follow up, and then follow up.
Yeah, it's all we're doing. Let's break it down to really simple terms, because even terms like follow up and autoresponder might be complicated for people. I'm not being disparaging there; it's true. Let's use everyday language. Find out what people want. Talk to them about it and then sell it to them.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing. We're finding out what people want. We're noticing what they're interested in. We start talking about it and then we offer to sell them something. Well, that's it. I mean, that's fucking sales in a nutshell, isn't it?
It's sales 101. If you get a call about, you know, let's use the boiler example. You get a call about a boiler. They want to get onto your plan or whatever. They don't buy there and then. You give them a text, an email, a call or something the next day, a week after, saying, hey, you sorted out your boiler yet? Just something that simple in terms of the most basic form of follow-up that I can think of that most people don't do, that will increase your sales by, I'd say, half. If you're not following up to that basic level, I wouldn't be surprised to see a 50% increase on sales.
Yeah. Most people, I mean, I remember a long time ago now when I first released Email Supremacy, and a girl came on, she couldn't afford it. She went out on a limb, she paid it anyway, because I wasn't there on for free. And she actually sold, of all things, she sold patchwork quilts. I mean, there's not a lot of money in patchwork quilts, is there? She sent out a series of emails over a 4-day bank holiday weekend. And she said she'd made something like more sales in those 3 days than she made in the previous 3 months. just by sending emails. This is patchwork fucking quilts, man.
Yep. And
one of my guys, I used to write emails for him. This is a really good example. I used to write emails for him, and I got tired of it because it gets boring after a while. And I said to him, look, you'd be better off doing this yourself. Buy email supremacy and do it yourself. And he was an acting coach. He was very skeptical because my emails were just killing it, but I didn't want to do them anymore. And he tried some of Dan Kennedy's people, and he said, they don't even come close to your emails. This is really bad. Please, no, I'm fed up with it. And he said, before you told me about it, if you'd have said this could happen, I wouldn't believe you. But he wrote 10 emails over an 11-day period, including a bank holiday. And he sold over 100K's worth of acting classes from email just by following up the way I told him to, the way I taught it, the way I teach it today. You know, the guys in the group get access to email supremacy, and if I was teaching email supremacy, I wouldn't change anything, I don't think.
Nope.
Maybe some details to take account of new technology that's come up in the last 7 or 8 years, but it's the same thing. Strategically, it's the same.
Zach,
it just fucking works.
Going back to Zach.
Yeah.
Sent daily emails, made money, did the jobs, forgot to start sending the emails again.
What a twat, eh? Twat. So anyway, right.
I like that.
It,
we need a twat duck. I'm gonna buy a little mallard and get a voice thing in there. And just go, yeah. We can have it for the meetings when we come back. If someone's fucking
we'll buy that twat. One of his own.
Yeah, when someone's being a twat, we put the mallard in front of them. The twat mallard.
Yeah, it's fucking straightforward. So, you know, just to sum up today is figure out who you want to speak to, who you're selling to. Aim your message at them, find out what they want, and talk to them about it, and ask them to buy it. Or tell them something about it. You know? And then, of course, that opens the door to all kinds of things, but let's stay that for another day. So, yeah. The 1 minute hate. Holly has asked me to do a 1 minute hate today.
For TikTok. I was like, we ain't made a single sale off fucking TikTok. And now we're forcing John to scream at a camera for TikTok. What has your life come to?
I'm happy to scream at a camera for TikTok. I don't even have a fucking TikTok account, I don't think.
Me neither.
Well, not one of my own.
I don't even have it on my. I need to download it. I need to check what Holly's uploading. She could be uploading
maybe she and fucking Marvin are in this together, you know. Maybe they've got some scam going. I don't know. Have you ever seen Marvin? No.
Our TikTok account could be the most followed account, and we wouldn't know about it. And she could be pocketing the ad revenue.
Yeah, she and fucking Marvin could be caning it. That could be
our business.
They could be fucking they could be minting it, and we wouldn't know. Here we are struggling for pennies, peanuts, begging fucking roofers and cladding guys to join our group because we need the money.
And they're just killing it. I just want to make that very clear. We'll get Holly and Marvin a twat mallard each.
I think it's a bit harsh on Marvin. Christ.
Well, we only need to get one, sorry, because if we give Holly one, then Marvin's
the same
got
person.
one.
I'm not giving Holly one, she's my daughter.
I'm giving Holly a twat mallard. I really like this twat mallard idea. I don't know why. I've really, really latched onto it. It's just fucking funny. I think
twat mallard is good. Anyway, come on. 1 minute hate. I got a book to finish writing.
If I put twat mallard in the book, I think this is the most brilliant thing we've come across in a while.
Holly, order us a twat mallard. Right, my 1 minute hate for today is religion.
Controversial.
Don't care. Yeah.
All right, let me turn the alarm off so it doesn't fuck up like it usually does. All right, are you ready, Captain?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, boop.
Right, fucking religion. Have you ever noticed how people say, you must respect my religion? You can criticize anything you fucking like, but you can't criticize their religion. For some reason, I think it gets a fucking free pass. Why should it? You've got some made up bullshit idea about how you think the world is put together and who fucking runs it. And because it's your religion, you think it's got special status. No, it fucking doesn't. Every fucking religion that's ever fucking existed was made up by a person at one point, mostly, almost exclusively by a man. Once upon a time, He was the only person with that idea. And then because it spreads, loads of people believe it, and it becomes what? Respected. You must have fucking respect for their faith. Bullshit. Something else, right? If you look at a map of world religions, you will see the most important determinator of what religion you follow is where your fucking parents fucked. That is it. It's almost like it's just made up and people only believe it because they believe it. There's no fucking basis in fact. Your religion is bullshit. All religion is bullshit. Grow up, forget it.
Well done.
Good.
And I agree. I
respect people. I respect people's right to believe whatever they believe. But the minute they say, well, you have to respect my belief itself, no. Bullshit. It is nonsense. And when they start fucking saying, well, I believe you're not supposed to wear blue shoes on a Sunday because my religion forbids it, therefore you can't wear blue shoes on a Sunday either. Well, you know where you can put that idea, don't you? Up your fucking bunghole.
Up your rectum. That being said, I definitely think I'd fight for people's right to be religious if someone was trying to be some cunt. Ooh,
of course I
you
would.
Muslim, you
So
dirty Catholic. Yeah.
So would I.
Don't peddle your shit onto us.
Well, it wasn't actually Voltaire who said it. It was someone who said something about a woman who wrote about it. But Voltaire's philosophy was effectively, I don't agree with what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. I believe wholeheartedly in that.
Yeah, me too.
But freedom of speech works both ways. You can talk about your religion in any way you like, but equally you don't have the right to not have it criticised.
Yeah.
Because it works both ways. It just does.
Yeah. There's something on Netflix called Murder Among the Mormons, and it's fucking hilarious because basically the premise of the show is these Mormons killing each other because they're worried about Mormonism being exposed as bullshit coming out. So they're buying all of these artifacts and whatnot that go against the origin story of Mormonism, and they're just killing the people that are finding it. And it turns out no one was finding anything. These people were just artificially making up these artifacts and getting killed over these fake artifacts because the Mormons were so scared of it coming out. And it just made me laugh at the hypocrisy, because if this was so true and holy and holier than thou, you'd just say from the beginning, well, that's not true. But they were so scared that it was true.
Well, of course, you must have heard of the Mormons and their magic underpants, haven't you?
I can't say I have. Google it,
mate.
Okay,
it's hilarious. They basically got garments they wear that bring them closer to God. Effectively, they are magic underpants. I mean, wow. But it's true what I said about the map of religions. If you look at map of religion, right?
Yeah.
You see that religions are gathered together in geographical areas. It's just how it would appear if religion sprang up in a place and then spread out as people spread the word. It looks just like that. Now, here's the thing, right? If there was one true religion, one true book, there would only be one version of it. It would be written in the same language, or it would be unambiguously the same if translated, and it would say the same thing. It would have the same ideas, and we would all believe it exactly the same way if it was the one true religion. But get this, there are over 45,000 different flavors of Christianity alone. So if you're going to choose Christianity, right, how do you know the Christian God is the right God if you're going to believe in a God? Then how do you choose which flavor of Christianity? And if you choose one, how do you know that's the right one? How? It's not enough to say because I believe it. How do you know it? Oh, I just feel it. Well, so what? I feel like I need a shit. Doesn't mean to say it's a fucking religion, does it? This is how stupid they are, these people. And then, but because when it gets into that's when they say, well, will you please not criticize my faith as if it's something fucking special? Oh, fuck your fucking faith. I mean, the fucking Catholic priests fucking little children, was that part of their fucking faith as well?
There's two
bullshit, don't fucking bullshit.
There's two quotes from Ricky Gervais, which I fucking love when it comes to religion. One of them being, imagine if you carried on believing in Santa and the Tooth Fairy into adulthood and even killed and started wars over it. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, that's. I remember, right, when we first got over here, there was a census in Ireland, and of course we just did our civic duty and filled it in. We found out afterwards a lot of people had put down Jedi as their religion.
Yeah.
Right. And there was one of the TDs, and that's the Irish equivalent of a member of Parliament. One of the TDs was ranting and raving about this, and I'm not making this up, by the way. He was ranting and raving about it, saying this is disgraceful. Is there any way we can identify and prosecute these people? And quite right. So, well, yeah, and he said, well, someone was saying, well, why would we do that? Because they're putting down a made-up religion, not a genuine religion like Roman Catholicism. They're all fucking made up, man. They're all made up.
There was one religion that was
honestly.
There was one religion. I can't remember what it was called. It might be the spaghetti monster or something like that.
Yeah, the flying spaghetti monster.
Yeah, and they put the colanders on their head.
That's right. They've won the right to do that in Sweden.
Yeah. And now they walk into shops with a colander on their head to show their.
They've won the right to have the photographs because it's religious headwear on their driving licenses and things.
Yeah,
and that just shows how ridiculous it all is. Because if that is a genuine religion, how can you object to it? You can't say that's stupid. It's a colander. Well, that's stupid. It's a fucking turban or some other kind of religious hat. It's a hat. It doesn't have special fucking status. It is a hat. It's something you put on your fucking head. Anyway, enough of that. We're done.
Wait, one more thing, just to close it off.
One more thing.
Just to close it off, because I think it closes it quite nicely. It's another Ricky Gervais tweet, and he said, "I've never been insulted by hateful Satanists for not believing in their devil. I've only been insulted by loving Christians for not believing in their God."
Here's a bit of not a correction, a clarification. Satanists do not necessarily believe in the devil. Students of Anton Laval, of which I am one, it's actually about self-determination. It is not worship of Satan. Didn't know that, did you? They would be devil worshippers.
They would be devil worshippers. Okay, well, I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. I watched The Night Stalker. He said he was a Satanist. He was a pretty evil bloke.
Well, Satanism is not about devil worship. It's two separate things. Okay, anyway,
all right, I'm gonna look into that.
So if you want to make more money with less work, less hassle, and fewer headaches by attracting better clients, selling at higher prices, and having a pipeline filled with these people coming into your business on autopilot and hands off, and make more money than you've made in the last 30 years, Adam. And all you got to do is go to ottpodcast.co.uk, avail yourself for the free resources, take our advice, Adam. And Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. So in the meantime, stay safe, stay inside, wash your hands, join us in Foundations. Adam! Do not shit on your fingers. See you later, ta-ra. Adam!